Hey, hello. Um, Welcome to our little but powerful Zoom that we are having this evening. I am stoked. I love sharing. I love educating. If you don't know who I am, hi, I'm Nicole Perez. I have been in the health and wellness world for how old is my oldest? 19 and a half years now. I have served in many roles, everything from a midwife to being a doula to being a gut health coach to an integrative health coach. Like, I feel like I've worn many hats in the health and wellness world. So, education is my passion. So, anytime people are willing to give me even a small amount of time just to share. I am grateful. I am honored. So thank you for joining us on this Thursday night. Like I said, I've been in this world a long time. You don't have to be able to say that to share anything that I'm sharing tonight or to talk about what I'm talking tonight. You're going to be so excited about what this little chewable can do that you're going to be like, okay, oh, hold on. I didn't mute everyone. Hi. I'm new to Zoom. Just kidding. Okay. Um, this little gem here is truly a game changer. What I'm holding up is a super tasty chewable. In fact, I have to hide these from my toddler. She calls them her just one. Her just one, just one. She wants just one. When I bring out the bottle, I say, how many do you get before I take the lid off? Because if not, she will throw a tantrum and she'll say, just one. And so it is our routine, morning and nights, that we have to practice the just one. So I'm never going to teach her the name of this product because I hope forever she calls it her just one. But what I'm talking about is a product called Cell-A-Brate. Now, if you are someone, and I am venturing to guess that you fall into one of these many categories, but if you are someone who struggles with inflammation, with brain fog, with gut issues, with nutrient absorption, with immune struggles, if you are someone who is just interested in optimizing your health so that you can feel better, so that you can feel more vibrant, so that you can have more energy, you should absolutely care about Cell-A-Brate. So Cell-A-Brate is truly an easy button for supporting overall health and wellness with the added bonus of having cognitive support. It has the absolute highest ingredients paired with proprietary technology that gives you everything good that you would potentially want in a supplement and literally nothing bad. And then, really cool fact, every time you chew one of these little tablets, a serving of Ace Mannin is sent to a kiddo in need. And we're going to talk about Ace Mannin in just a second. So, what is this? I've said the name, I've talked a little bit about it. This is Aloe Vea's chewable tablet. It is the first and only chewable designed to optimize our immune systems, promote focus, provide targeted gut health, and combat inflammation. Now, it's estimated that over 80% of our population is struggling with inflammation of some kind. Now, most people, when they hear inflammation, only think of an old person's issue. I have sore joints, or I have arthritis, or my knees creak when I try to get down on the floor, right? Inflammation starts at a young age, and inflammation is caused by a whole myriad of issues. It's caused by anxiety, and it's kind of one of those issues of which comes first, the chicken or the egg. Because when you have a lot of inflammation in your body, it causes anxiety, and then anxiety causes inflammation. So you can get caught in this spiral, in this loop of inflammation and anxiety in the body. Our diet choices, sugar, alcohol, a highly acidic diet, all cause inflammation in the body. And let's face it, we all live a modern lifestyle. We are all on the go. And I don't know a single person, even with somebody who has a vast amount of knowledge, who eats and drinks perfectly around the clock every single day. So, like for me, my exception day typically tends to be Saturday. On Saturdays, I'm like, you know what? Life is too short to not enjoy a good pastry from Paris Baguette. If you don't have a Paris Baguette in your area, I'm very sorry. Like my heart hurts for you because Paris Baguette is like as close to heaven on earth that I think we could possibly get. Christy's nodding her head. She's been there with me. It is all things lovely, delightful. If you ever come to Dallas, I will treat you to a pastry there. Okay, so Paris Baguette gets me, and I can always tell within hours when I have one because I swell up a little bit, right? So nobody's perfect. My whole point in kind of going off on that tangent is nobody is perfect. And then if we start being anxious about being perfect, guess what happens? We end up with inflammation anyway. So oops, there we go. Okay, so with that, with this life, with the lifestyle options that we're making, with our diets that we eat, even let's say you are super mega star and you wouldn't touch sugar with a 10-foot pole, you've never had a sip of coffee, and you have somehow mastered stress. We still live in a fallen and broken world. And what I mean by that is our farming practices have severely, like majorly declined over the past decades. So our soil, our food, an apple that like we used to be able to go and pluck from the tree ourselves 50 years ago is not the same apple that we can even pluck from the tree now. And forget about it if we're buying it from a grocery store because it's gone through nitric oxide chambers, all of that. Y'all, I can go on tangent after tangent. As you can tell, I'm super passionate about this. So our diet, even when we're eating healthy foods, is lacking. So we need a little bit of help. And the reason why I love Cell-A-Brate so much is because it is super, super, super easy to get into my kids to remember to take, and it addresses a lot of root cause issues that we have in our bodies. Things like inflammation, things like gut health, things like our focus, things like our immune system. Okay, so let's break down a little bit what the ingredients are in this little chewable. The first ingredient is ace-mannan. Now, ace-mannan is a powerful immune modulator from the aloe vera plant. Aloe vera is the only company on the planet that has the concentration of ace-mannan in our products that we have, because the patent was donated to us by a researcher who figured out how to isolate the ace-mannan from the aloe vera plants. And so what this does for us is it optimizes the immune system. You hear all the time people talk about immune boosting. We do not want to boost our immune system. You're like, okay, lady, I don't know who you are, but I sense like some heresy here. No, this is the truth. What most people don't know is that we have two main parts of our immune system, Th1, Th2. I am not going to take a deep dive into that. If you're listening and you want to hear my whole spiel about that and you have a fresh brain and maybe you drank a Focus already, ask whoever invited you to this Zoom for the link to my call about Th1, Th2. But what you need to know is that Th1, Th2 immune response is constantly seeking to be in a state of balance. And most of us have an imbalance of one or the other that either leads to autoimmune issues, chronic colds, histamine intolerance is a big one, something like PCOS. All of these things can be directly connected to Th1, Th2 immune imbalance. And so when somebody starts talking about let's boost the immune system, you don't know which side you're going to boost. And that can lead to more problems. So what we want is to find immune balance. We want our immune system to come into a state of homeostasis and find this tender balance between acknowledging pathogens or acknowledging the gross stuff that comes into our world and expelling it, and then also creating B cells. The other thing that ace-mannan does is it also helps promote a healthy gut. I'm not going to take a deep dive into ace-mannan tonight. It's like a very lengthy class, like Zoom, workshop, whatever, all on its own. But ace-mannan is a very, very, very powerful prebiotic, very powerful prebiotic. And it also helps the body to heal its own epithelial tissue in the gut. And so when you hear somebody say something about leaky gut or proteins getting into the blood or people having food allergies, what happened is that lining of the gut, that tissue broke down. And ACE-man has been shown to boost collagen production, boost epithelial production in the cells, and actually help support the gut to provide optimal digestion and nutrient absorption. So, whoa, that was a lot. If you're thinking about kids and that, like, I'm a mom of 5, I didn't say that. I have 5 kiddos. If you are listening, maybe through the lens of being a mama or being a grandmama or being an auntie, why this is so important is because if you've ever been around a child, you know how picky kids are, how hard it is to get kids to eat healthy foods. So getting ACE mannan into their bodies with whatever food they're eating, it helps make it the most nutritious food that they could eat because it's helping to extract the nutrition out of the food. And the same is true when the kids are getting their serving of ACE mannan as a donation. So you buy this bottle of Cell-A-Brate. I was looking to see how many, I should have known. Y'all, Robin and Christy are going to laugh at me. There's 56 chewables in here, 28 servings. And so when you buy this bottle, 28 servings of ACE mannan are given to a kiddo in need around the world, which means whatever food they're eating is turning into the most nutritious meal that they will ever have. So that's super amazing. Okay. So the ingredient that makes this chewable pink, purplish, is proline. This is our proprietary purified beetroot extract that has the anti-inflammatory power of betalains minus the oxalates. Say what? Okay, that was a lot of big words. I get it. So this is an extract from beetroot. Beet, if you were to just juice a bunch of beets, which I've done beet cleanses, but something you have to be mindful of, there's 2 things. Number 1, beets are really high in sugar, like really high in sugar, which some sugar is fine, but a lot of sugar can be pretty rough, right? And then beets can also be high in oxalates, which is now circulating in the news a lot. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole, but the proprietary extraction method reduces the amount of oxalates down to almost immeasurable amounts. So you get all of the liver cleansing benefits of the beetroot. You get all of the nitric oxide. Nitric oxide helps boost energy to the cells. So it's not caffeine. Your kids won't be bouncing off the walls. You won't feel crazy energized, but your cells will begin functioning the way that they were created to function. So it's this very natural, clean sense of energy. And then a really big perk is that it reduces inflammatory markers by up to 47%. That is significant, almost 50% reduction in inflammatory markers with taking 1 serving of the proline. Okay, and then there's pine bark extract. This is a renowned botanical extract known for its ability to support focus, cognitive function, and memory. Catch this, in people of all ages. And people of all ages, not just children, not just the elderly, literally everyone in between. In fact, there was a study done on pine bark that shows that it leads to a significant reduction of hyperactivity, improved attention and visual motor skills, and concentration in children with ADHD. And the placebo group, there were 0 positive effects found. Not only does pine bark help with focus and memory, but it's also a powerful, powerful respiratory supporter. If you Google pine bark and the epidemic word that we just came out of, you might be super fascinated to learn about how pine bark can help support the respiratory system and some of the things that we've faced in the last few years. Okay, and then there's manuka. There's a dried concentrated amount of manuka honey inside of this little chewable. No artificial sweeteners, no artificial flavors or dyes. This is only our super natural goodness. It's known as, manuka is known as an antioxidant and known for its antibacterial properties. So super, super, super beneficial. So real talk, what does this mean? What does it mean for me? What does it mean for my kids? I am a 41-year-old mama who was heavily medicated for ADHD throughout elementary, middle, and high school. No one ever addressed diet. No one ever addressed emotions. No one ever taught me about inflammation and how it affects the brain. I was given medication. And as I have become a mama myself and I've watched my own kids struggle, I have been like determined to understand what this gut brain connection looks like, what it means to heal the gut, how inflammation is connected to brain health. And obviously, as I've shared, the ingredients in Cell-A-Brate help not only lower inflammation, heal the gut, support the immune system. But when you do all of that and you know that our brain health is directly connected to our gut health, you start providing your body with the nutrition that it needs, and your brain you'll feel different. You will absolutely feel different. Like I said, all of my kiddos get Cell-A-Brate. I told you my daughter's just one story, but my 9-year-old son can tell a difference. We ran out of, well, we didn't really run out. We were in the middle of a big move, and somehow the Cell-A-Brate bottle didn't end up in our immediate needs kit. I have no clue how it happened, but my son went without it and he started taking it again. And my 9-year-old son said, Mama, I feel different when I'm taking Cell-A-Brate. He's like, my brain doesn't feel buzzy. I don't know what that means in 9-year-old terms, but we'll go with his brain doesn't feel buzzy. Okay. So anyway, then one other story, like I said, I've been super holistic for a very long time. We have had one sick visit with all 5 of my kids in the last 18 years. Like, my kids are healthy kids. Doesn't mean that we don't ever get sick, but most of the time I can manage the sicknesses at home and we get through it really quickly. Every year we do get something minor. Within 12 hours, we're over it. I realized in March of this year that we went this entire winter. No one got a sniffle. No one got a sneeze. Not a single thing came through our house this entire winter. And we are very active people. We are out in the community a lot. My 18-year-old is working like nearly full-time job. So definite difference in our family. And I know, Christy, like, you have kind of a unique situation going on in your home, and you've seen some really remarkable things happen as well. So Christy, do you want to pop on and share?
Yeah, sure. So if you know me in real life, or if you follow me on any of the socials, you would be well aware that unfortunately we've been walking through mold toxicity for the last going on almost 18 months now. So if you've never walked that journey, you're very blessed. It's honestly like a hell on earth I wouldn't wish on anyone. So as part of our mold detox protocol for my children, my son, one of them's about to walk in here, my 6-year-old currently swallows like 7 pills in the morning and 7 pills at night. Well, we thought that our youngest, Emily, she was not affected by the mold in the house because she wasn't displaying symptoms. But what I found out is just because they're not symptomatic doesn't mean that they're not still struggling with the buildup of the mycotoxins inside. So she actually just learned to swallow a pill 2 weeks ago, but prior to that, she had been taking ace-mannan in place of glucomannan. So one of the things that our mold practitioner put us on was a binder. And of all the things you're taking, you're helping open up drainage pathways, you're supporting your liver, and you're taking things that are helping bind to the mycotoxins so you can flush them out of your body. And the pill, glucomannan, is horrible tasting and it like gets really thick. And so the fact that ace-mannan binds to toxins and metals and other not good things in your body, and it's in a chewable form, has been so amazing for Emily. Because, a little bit TMI, but we didn't see like the parasites and the mold being passed, because you can actually see some of it in your stool, until we started adding in the Cell-A-Brate. And that's because she was missing that binder. And so when you are doing any sort of detox, if you're just like flushing and opening up drainage pathways and you're taking things to like help kill off whatever you're trying to detox from, if you don't take a binder, it's just floating around in your body and you're not actually like getting rid of it. So it can actually make you more sick. So for Emily, the ace-mannan was a lifesaver because it was a binder to help get those mold. And if you're not a moldy, then you might not know that mycotoxins is what is in you when you're exposed to mold. So she wasn't actually getting rid of the mycotoxins. So that was super helpful for my youngest. And then for my 6-year-old, we do homeschool. So we homeschool hybrid with our church. So I homeschool him 3 days a week, and then 2 days a week he goes to church. and we have summer required reading. And he's a 6-year-old boy. So his focus is like, it's not always there. I find that we do really well in the morning. And then if it's like after 11 o'clock, I just know I'm not going to get the same level of focus from him. But I have been giving him Cell-A-Brate every day for the last 14 days. And I have seen a huge shift in his focus. He's just able to read more words per minute. And he's really just accelerating in his reading. And I really truly think it's because we've added in the focus or the Cell-A-Brate. So it's not a hard thing to get your kids to take. Emily doesn't call it her just one. She knows it's her Cell-A-Brate, and she will not be truthful with me sometimes if I ask her if she's already gotten it. The first time my daughter ever lied to me was sadly about whether or not she'd taken Cell-A-Brate. And that's because it was all over her mouth because the blueberry is not easily hidden. And she came up to me and she was like, "Mommy, can I have Cell-A-Brate?" And I was like, "Did you already have some?" She was like, "No." And I was like, okay. Her dad had already given her some. It was very obvious. But anyways, yeah. So that is some of the reasons that we love and have been taking Cell-A-Brate in our house. So
Thank you so much, Christy. I love sweet Emily. I know it's not quite so funny when it's your baby and you're the mama, but it's still one of my favorite stories. So as y'all can see, like having one product that all of us can take is a game changer. And that's what Sam Castor, the founder of Alivea, had in mind when he called this product our flagship product. So Cell-A-Brate is a wonderful option for all ages and stages of life. It has an efficacious daily amount of ace-mannan, the original, and the proline. Those are Alivea's 3 core technologies. And it's just 2 tablets daily. It's 1 in the morning, 1 at night, meaning that the maintenance amount of ace-mannan of our Limitless, which is our betalain product, and original are in these tablets. So if you're looking at a super cost-effective way to get 3 of these rock star ingredients into your body, Cell-A-Brate is where it's at. So like I said, every one of my kids take it. My daughter started taking it when she was 20 months old when we learned about Alivea. My husband takes it. My family, my friends who are empty nesters and entering into their golden years all love Cell-A-Brate. And speaking of empty nesters, my sweet, amazing, vivacious, acts way younger than I do some days, friend Robin is going to share a bit about what she digs about Cell-A-Brate. So Robin, it's all you.
So I love being lumped into empty nesters and golden years.
Well, no. It was 2 separate. There was supposed to be a distinction if I wasn't super clear.
That's okay. That's okay. I accept it all. I received my golden years. So I am 52, and Nicole and I signed up with Alivea on the same day, and it's almost been a year. It will be a year in mid-August. And I'm the kind of person that I'm all or nothing. So I want all the stuff, or I don't want to take any of it. So when we decided to start with Alivea, we had never tried a product except for one that they gave us for free at Vision when we visited a couple weeks earlier. But we had never tried any other products. But based on the research that Nicole and I did for several weeks beforehand, I'm like, these products are amazing based on this research and what was in them. So I ordered all the things, including Cell-A-Brate. But for some reason, I had it in my head, this is a chewable. This is targeted for children. So I really don't need to take it because it's a chewable for the little people. But because I am I'm a purist, so I take all the stuff or I take none of it. My husband and I have been taking Cell-A-Brate every day since we signed up with Alivea 11 months ago. And so I can't tell you, like Christy's son had super wonderful focus in 14 days. I can't tell you how different I felt after focus because I went from using another company's supplements of 15 on a Friday, and the next day I was only taking Alivea, including Cell-A-Brate. But what I can tell you is that I have not had a sniffle, and neither has my husband. We have not had a sniffle since we started with Alivea. Nothing. Not a sore throat, coughing, sneezing, nothing. since we started with Alavea. And I think that's pretty incredible because we also are very active people. We're out with a lot of people all the time. But as a 52-year-old who I didn't think I was supposed to be taking Cell-A-Brate, but I was taking it because it's Alavea, I learned literally 2 days ago when I was talking to Nicole and Christy that Cell-A-Brate is for all the people and not just for little people. And I was like, what the what? So it's good that I've been taking it this whole time. So why is Cell-A-Brate great for someone who is 52 years old? Well, as Nicole was talking, inflammation. Can I get a praise Jesus? When you get older, you're going to have some inflammation. Okay, your knees are going to start feeling not as good. Your hips, you're going to start creaking as you stand up. You're going to start making, all the noises that come with age. And so inflammation is huge for me, and especially my husband. About 3 to 4 years ago, he was doubled over in a fetal position because of a slipped disc. And it took him several weeks and a really good chiropractor to get him through that without even an aspirin. But he was in severe pain. And so he's always very conscious of anything that causes inflammation, anything that helps with inflammation. So he takes our Limitless, which is for inflammation, but he also takes the Cell-A-Brate, which helps with inflammation. So he's kind of getting a double dose for that inflammation. So that's one reason why I think it's great for us older folk, over half century. I also love it because it is great for memory. I know that as we get older, if you're pregnant or if you're older, your memory sometimes has some troubles. And so Cell-A-Brate is great for memory. It's great for eye health. I did not have to wear these. These are readers. You all are now very, very fuzzy, but as you get older, you need even more support for your eye health. And so those things are really, really important to me. And then it also protects against premature aging. I don't want to try to stop aging, but I also don't want to age before my time, right? And so I want to do everything I can so that my body, my cells, everything that's within me is aging at the appropriate rate and not premature aging. I'm going to be having my first grandbaby in November, and I'm so excited. But I'm going to be having a little person come to visit. And right now, I actually have two little people, a 5-year-old and 2-year-old, who I'm taking care of. And let me tell you, taking care of a 5 and 2-year-old is not for the 52-year-old. Let me tell you. I mean, that's why we have children when we're younger, in our 20s and 30s, because they are keeping me on my toes. But I like to make sure that my body is well supported. My immune system is well supported for when I'm around little people, because little people, their hands are touching all the things. If they go to school, if they go to Bible class, they're taking in all the garbage. And of course, they pass it on to whoever they touch and kiss and love. And so that's another reason why Cell-A-Brate is really important for me and my husband, that we stay well when we're around little people as we're getting older. So those are the things I love about Cell-A-Brate. And again, I apologize to all the world for thinking it was only for little people or for the elderly. That's what I've been telling people for a year. It's great for little people and the elderly who maybe can't take pills. So it really is great for little people and the elderly and everyone on the gamut in between. It is fantastic. I love it. It tastes yummy. I was doing one a day, but now starting 2 days ago, because of what Nicole said, I'm now doing my 2 a day and feeling great. So yay for Cell-A-Brate for old people in their golden years.
I did not mean you. I was like, people who are empty nesters and all the way into the golden years. It was supposed to be like a continuation, Robin. Okay. So anyway, all right. So y'all, like, if you want like the nitty gritty science of how all this works and the studies and the breakdown of all of it, it's like literally just reach out to whoever invited you to the Zoom and they can shoot you over links to all of it. Tonight was just meant to be like more of an overview. I feel like we're still learning. Our founder is truly one of the most remarkable people that I think has truly ever walked the earth. And I don't say that lightly. Like, he just is so humble and he has such a huge heart. And I feel like every time I sit down with him, I learn something new. And more in depth. And I'm like, wait, can you say it one more time? Because I just want to record you so I like never lose like this information. And so as we were talking just a couple weeks ago, like my kids, like I said, my kids take Cell-A-Brate, like we take Cell-A-Brate. But as Sam was telling me about why he created Cell-A-Brate, it was created, it was truly formulated as a way to get, like I said, the proprietary ingredients, the main proprietary ingredients of all of Alovea's products into one supplement, especially for those who are on a tighter budget. So if they're like, I can't swing buying Limitless and buying Immune and, buying these products, like Cell-A-Brate is a great place to start. Now, I will say, if you are going through something like Hashimoto's or another autoimmune condition, or, that you have a completely unchecked inflammatory like reaction to things, you might need a little bit more of one of those proprietary ingredients. So you might need a little bit more of the proline. So that would be like Limitless, or a little bit more of the ace-mannan. So that would be Immune. But Cell-A-Brate is a great place to start to work on that baseline, the baseline markers of your immune health, of your inflammation, of your gut health, all of those things that we talk about, our brain health, obviously, right? And I feel like it is absolutely a fantastic option, obviously, for our kiddos. And then super cool, it is 15% off until July 31st. And so if you want to snag some, you can get it 15% off right now. And then Alovea also has some discount tiers. So if you spend like $190, which I get, that's a chunk of change, but they will give you 15% off. And then just take that into account with the coupon code as well. So just some savings there for you if you want to grab a couple bottles, or maybe try Focus. Christy let out a little flit, like she's like, oh, Focus. All of us on the call are also fans of Focus. Is something, if you're an adult and you're like, I have really rough brain fog, and I really struggle with staying focused, whatever. Maybe try a bag of Focus. I highly, 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 highly recommend the fruit punch flavor. In fact, that's really the only flavor I recommend. So just put that in your pocket. Robin might have another suggestion, but fruit punch is a way to go. So while you're over at the site, if you're like, I know I have brain fog or whatever, just know that our products are really fantastic. And the thing that I really love about Alve is a truly holistic, functional nutrition company. And what I mean by that is that all of our products have a lot of crossover. So if you take one of the products, you'll see many benefits for many systems of the body. It's not take each product, take one product for each system of the body, and before you know it, you're taking handfuls of pills. Been there, done that, never going back. Don't think it's healthy. Don't think it's right. Don't think that it's good stewardship of our finances. On that note, big smiles, wink, wink. I am so for you in any way that we can help you, encourage you, get you more information. Just let us know. So I'm going to end the recording. We'll stick around for 5-10 more minutes. If you have any questions, we'll stick on for a Q&A. So thank you again for joining us. I know everyone's schedules are so very full these days. So it means a lot that you would take time out of just what you have going on to hang out with us. So thank you. Thank you.